Hey ladies, I have a few work-related stories to share with you. First, I'll start off with some at Carl's Jr., and then I'll move on to the one at my current job. As I think Brittany knows, and probably Shelly, but I'm not sure about everybody else knows, I worked at Carl's Jr. on my college campus when I was in college, and that can get very interesting because everybody who is working there, the majority of the people working there are college students, and a lot of the times they don't want to be working, they just are working because they need the money. So there's a lot of shenanigans and tomfoolery afoot. I know one time I was not part of this, but one of my coworkers had a hamburger got sent back to them, and they were like, "There's not enough mayonnaise on this." So he put on a glob like this thick of mayo on the hamburger. Like if I knew about it, I'd been like, "No, don't do that. You don't want to like poison the customer with mayonnaise because mayonnaise is disgusting anyway." But he thought it was appropriate, and I'm just like, okay. And I know a lot of the times in back, it would just be a karaoke party of us singing along to the radio, trying to get through our shifts and not fall asleep while going to school. There's this one incident in particular that I remember is the Carl's Jr. student managers had to work football games in the Carl's Jr. booth, and we were set certain hamburgers to make, and we couldn't take items off because we had no way of knowing who ordered what. We just had hamburgers ready made to hand out. And this one guy came along and he was like, "I don't want da 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 da," and we're like, "Sorry sir, we can't do that for you." Like the only time we could do it if they had an allergy, but most of the stuff on the hamburger there would be no allergy for. So as I think it was Lamar, he was one of my old coworkers, still a friend, and he was explaining to the guy, "Hey, we can't do this, we can't do that." And the guy was like, "I know the chancellor, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da," and like yelling at him, and then he threw the hamburger back at him because it had tomato on it or mayo or something like that on it. I don't know why. He just got so upset because we wouldn't make him a special hamburger. He literally threw it back at Lamar. At my current job, there are and stuff because it's a little bit more serious because the animal lives are on the line, so we can't be like, "Oh, I accidentally did this," or "Oh, I accidentally," and makes like hearts and stuff. I know one time, because the auger falls out of the plate sometimes, we took the auger from the plate and it's red, and I think it was last Valentine's Day, so we made a heart out of it and then stuck it on the fume hood, and we were supposed to take it off before my boss came in the next day, and we totally left it up there and nobody said anything. The other inside joke that we have is we have what we call the Moldy crew because we're all the people who know how to work the new machine that we got in the lab, and the machine is temperamental and it's from Germany. So I think I came up with it, and Megan told me not to call it that, but I started calling it Hydra, and it kind of caught on. So now the Moldy crew we call ourselves the Avengers, and I am Captain America of that crew. And I had Miranda draw a sign that says Hail Hydra, and eventually we're going to get one side that says Hail Hydra, and another one side that has the shield symbol, and put them together. So when it's acting good, we'll put it to the shield side, so it's on the down low, and when it's acting bad, we'll just flip it to the Hydra side. The only thing new that's going on in my life is that it's really, really pretty outside, and every time I see outside, I'm like, ooh, I want to be outside, and then every time I go outside, all the allergens around here are just driving my allergies crazy, and my eyes are watering like crazy, and I'm like, is it really worth it to have the sunshine? And half the time I'm like, yes, and half the time I'm like, no, I like to breathe. Hey Britt, I'm glad to see that. All right, hey Britt, I'm glad to see that you're doing better. And Shelly, I'm really excited to see you. I am recording this early, so I haven't seen Elizabeth's video yet because I know she said she was going to post it late.